Hi, my name is Dagmar and welcome to yoga practice today. We're going to do a backbending focused class today. So we're going to open our heart and our chest a little bit and the shoulders. And before we start, maybe make sure that you have a blanket and a block with you, or if you don't have a block at home, just grab a big book that you could use to support you during your practice. And just to make sure you find your variation, I'm going to give you options through the practice. Be mindful of your spine. If you feel a pinch in your spine, just back out a little bit and just listen to your body today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Find your comfortable seat, maybe sit elevated, sitting on a block or a cushion, and close your eyes, rolling your shoulders up and back. You can place your hands on your knees, maybe bring the palms facing upward, and simply arrive in your practice today. Listening to the sounds around you, just getting familiar with the space around you. Simply observing without trying to engage. From here, bring your attention to your body, noticing the body parts that are in touch with the ground below. Maybe your feet, your legs, your seating bones. And start by scanning from the top of your head evenly down to your feet. Simply notice your body without stopping anywhere and without engaging with any sensation. Simply observing the state of your body. And from here, bring your attention to your breath. Simply observing the natural rhythm of your breathing without trying to change or modify. Simply being aware. Are you breathing deeply? Or is your breath shallow? Is it long or short? From here, bringing your hands to touch in front of heart center. Feeling that heartbeat in your chest. Through here, tapping into your emotional body. Observing your emotional state today. Is there any particular emotion that's present? Again, simply observe, kind of a third person, without trying to engage with that particular emotion. Just being present with whatever is there. And I'm inviting you to set an intention for the practice. It can be connected to the theme of the class, so opening the heart, or it can be something entirely your own. Maybe you want to dedicate this practice to another person even. And let's seal these intentions with 3 collective Om. For that, inhale through the nose. Release it out through the mouth. One more like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Inhale, full. Slowly gazing your eyes open and removing any props that you may be sitting on and finding a reclined position. So coming to lie on your back, extending the legs out. And as you inhale, bend the right leg in, grabbing that knee, pulling it toward you. The left hip stays on the ground. And you're just pulling that knee toward your shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in and a breath out. And switching legs, extending that right leg out, pulling that left leg in. Once more, making sure that the right hip is grounded and pulling that left leg toward you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. As you inhale, extend that left leg, grabbing the thigh behind you, keeping that right leg engaged and making circles with your foot. You can keep that left leg bent as well. Simply notice a slight stretch in your hamstring. Don't go too far. Listen to your own body. If you've made a few circles, circle the other way around. And from here, lifting the torso up, keeping that navel active, lifting that right leg, that right heel off the ground, keeping the legs engaged. Inhaling and exhaling. As you inhale, bring that right leg in, grabbing the right thigh. As you exhale, release that left leg down and simply stay here. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping that left heel off the ground, pulling the navel in. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, lifting that left leg up again. And exhale, releasing that right leg hovering above the ground. As you inhale, release the arms and find this hovering, the slight activation in your core. As you inhale, reach the prayer hands to the sky. And as you exhale, twisting to the left side. As you inhale, bring that right leg back to center, arms up. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Left leg hovers above the ground. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhale, center. And exhale once more to the right. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, bend the legs. And rocking a bit from side to side here. Feeling into the first activation of that core. And with the next inhalation, rocking forward. And as you exhale, rolling back. Inhale, rolling along your spine forward. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, rolling forward. And now rolling over your knees, coming into your tabletop position. Then we come into a few cat-cow movements. As you inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale to round. Inhale, coming into this heart opening. And as you exhale, pull the navel in. One more inhale. And exhale to round. And slowly finding a tabletop position. So you inhale, reaching right arm and forward and left leg back. Finding length from your heel into that right middle finger. Keeping that navel engaged to keep your hip leveled. Inhaling here. And exhale. Inhaling, bending that back leg. And as you exhale, grab that foot. Inhaling, kick it into your hand, gazing up, and exhale to stay. Inhaling, lifting up, and exhale. One more inhale. And exhale to release. This time placing the right hand down, the left sole of the foot to the ground, the right lower leg tilts to the side. And as you inhale, reach that left arm behind you, kicking that hip into the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. With the next inhale, coming back to center, placing the hand down, coming back into your tabletop position, switching sides. Inhaling, reaching left arm to the front and right heel kicking back, finding length. Again, leveling your hip here with the exhale. With the inhalation, bending that right leg. And as you exhale, grabbing the foot and kicking into the foot as you inhale. Inhaling and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in. And as you exhale, release out. From here, tucking the toes, shifting your hips up and back in your first downward facing dog. If you want, you can bend one leg at a time, walking your dog here, opening your calf muscles and the back of your legs. Maybe you want to look underneath your armpits to one side and to the other. And then slowly finding stillness in your first downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers wide, pushing the floor away, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, bending your legs and shifting those seating bones into the sky. From here, with a long spine, bring your heels closer to the ground. As you inhale, gaze in between your hands and walk in between your hands, coming into a halfway lift, long spine, and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. As you inhale, reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. We're going to go through 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar. For that inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, place your hands down, stepping to the back, lower halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying for 5 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out for 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, gaze in between your hands. Step or jump forward in between your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. One more time like this. Inhale, reach arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying for 5 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out for 1. Breathing in, breathing out 2. Breathing in, breathing out 3. Breath in, breath out 4. Breath in, breath out 5. As you inhale, gaze in between your hands, step or jump forward, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach arms up. And exhale, Tadasana. As you inhale, hook thumbs, reach arms up, arch back. Exhale, bend legs, swing your arms behind you, interlace your hands, extend arms and legs. Inhale, palms down, stepping right foot back,
gazing forward. Exhale, stepping left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhaling, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes. Bring your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping right foot in between your hands. Gaze up. Exhale, stepping left foot to the front. Uttanasana. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach arms, arch back. And exhale, reverse, bend knees. Swing your arms behind you. Interlace your hands, extend arms and legs. Inhale, placing hands to the ground, stepping left foot back, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, once more rolling into plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward into plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest chin to the ground. Inhaling, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck toes, shift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping left foot in between your hands, gaze up. Exhale, right foot to the front, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach arms up, extend arms, arch back. Exhale, Tadasana. Quick breath here. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out, feeling that ground underneath your feet. One more breath in and a breath out. With the next inhale, bend the legs, reach arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands down, step or jump back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping right foot in between your hands, left heel down. Reaching arms up, warrior one. Inhaling. Exhaling for one. Inhale. Exhale, deeply bend that front leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out, 5. Inhaling, opening to the side, warrior 2. Staying here, breathing in and breathing out. Breath in, breath out. Breathe in and out. Inhaling, extending that front leg. The left hip shifts a little back and reaching arms to the front and down, grabbing your shin bone, reaching your left arm up, Trikonasana. Breath in and out for 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Gazing down. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, rebend that front leg. Maybe this time grabbing your block, placing it on the outside of your right foot, placing your hands onto that block or onto the ground. Inhaling, reaching that left arm overhead and gazing toward the ceiling. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breath in and out. Breath in and out. One more breath in and a breath out. As you inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, extend that front leg and rebend. Inhaling, extend. And as you exhale, coming to face the long side of your mat. Staying here. Inhaling, bringing the left toes toward the left side, bringing the right toes in and facing the back side of your mat here. Inhaling, bending that left leg, and as you exhale, finding warrior one here. Breathing in and breathing out for one. Inhaling, exhaling, deeply bending the front leg. Inhaling, pulling the left hip back. Exhale. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and out. Breath in, extend that leg, open to the side. And exhale to bend that left leg, coming into your Virabhadrasana to the side. Breath in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in and a breath out. Inhaling, extending that leg. And exhale, rebending, grabbing the block on the left side, placing it on the outside of that left leg, reaching the arms up, overhead, breathing in and breathing out for one. Breath in, breath out, two. Inhale and exhale, feeling that opening on the right side body. Inhale, exhale, one more breath in and a breath out. As you inhale, reaching up and finding once more the long side of your mat. Inhaling, coming back to center and shortening the stance from behind. Staying for the exhale. As you inhale, reach the arms out to the sky, thumbs pointing out. Exhale, thumbs down. Bring your arms behind you, grabbing either opposite elbows or coming into secret prayer position. So bringing your hands to touch behind your back. Inhaling, pulling that right hip back, finding your hips parallel to the front side of the mat. And exhale to stay. Inhaling, finding length in your spine. And exhale, arch over your hands. Breathing in, breathing out, arching a little further. Breath in, breath out. One more time, a little further back. Inhale, coming back to center. And with a long spine, folding over your right leg. Maybe you're staying parallel or you're bowing down even further, keeping those hips parallel and keeping that right leg extend with always a nice micro bend. Breath in and out. Rolling the shoulders back to really find that opening here. Inhale, one last, and exhale. With the next inhalation, lifting that torso parallel to the ground, bending that front leg, shifting weight to the front, and then lifting lifting that leg, the left leg off the ground, coming into your warrior 3 variation. Staying for 3 breaths in and out. Breath in and out. If you're wobbling, that's part of the process. As you inhale, stepping back or immediately lifting that left leg to the front, bringing that knee toward the height of your hip. And as you exhale, releasing the arms. Inhaling, grabbing the outside of that left knee or grabbing the outside of your left foot. And then exhale to stay. And as you inhale, reaching the left arm up. And as you exhale, extending that left leg out, finding this twist here. If you're stable, your gaze might follow your left arm. Coming back to center, wobbling is part of the process, as I'm doing as well. Coming back here, finding your stability. Great. And then once more extending that leg out and bringing it in and placing your foot onto the ground, Tadasana. With the next inhale this time, stepping your right leg back and again finding your hips parallel to the front side of the mat, reaching the arms out to the sides, and once more turning the thumbs down, reaching opposite elbows or finding secret prayer. Inhaling, finding length, and exhale, folding forward in your Parsvottanasana. Finding length in your spine, and exhale, fold a little deeper. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in and a breath out. And you know what's coming as you inhale, lift that torso parallel to the ground, bending that front leg, lifting your back leg, coming into your warrior 3 variation here. Breathing in and breathing out, kicking that right heel back to find stability. Your hips are parallel. And then as you inhale, you start to wobble. That's fine. I'm not really stable today myself. And bringing that right knee in, releasing the arms, and option to grab your right knee or grabbing the outside of your right foot. And with the inhalation, kicking into the hand. And as you exhale, reaching the right arm behind. If you're stable, your gaze might follow the right hand. And if you're coming out, that's also fine. Finding your way back in. Just for one last breath. And then coming back to center, grabbing the inside of the foot. And finding length in that leg. And as you exhale, release down. Inhaling, reaching arms up. Exhale, folding into your Uttanasana. Inhale, once more, halfway lift. And exhale, placing hands down, stepping or jumping back lower halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, bring your feet to touch. And as you exhale, rolling forward into the plank. Inhaling, shifting weight into your right hand, coming onto the outside of your right foot. Reaching left arm up. Finding your Vajrasthana here. Inhaling, bending that left leg and placing the foot behind you. And reaching the arm overhead, your hip toward the sky, finding your wild thing here. Breathing in, breathing out. Breath in and out, feeling into that opening in your chest area. And with the next inhale, coming back to center, finding downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. In and out. The next inhalation, once more with closed feet, rolling forward into plank. Exhale to stay here. The next inhalation, rolling onto the left side, reaching right arm up for your Vajrasthana here. Inhaling, bending that right leg, placing it behind you, and shifting your hip up, reaching your arms overhead. Actually, just one arm. That gives you more stability. Finding this opening in your chest. feeling into this heart opening. One more breath in. And with a breath out, coming back to the plank and lower knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhaling, rolling forward into Bhujangasana. And exhale, tucking toes, shifting your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze in between your hands and come to sit on your heels, jumping forward. And here, lowering down onto your back, bringing the feet, your heels, closer to your hip bones so that you can tickle your heels. With the next inhalation, lifting your lower, middle, upper back off the ground, coming onto your shoulder blades, interlacing your hands behind you, pushing into the ground. Bring the hip even further up. Breath in and out. Breath in and out. Breathing in and out. Breath in and out. One more breath in. And then release the clasp of your hands, vertebra by vertebra, rolling back onto the ground, bringing your feet mat width distance apart, your knees to touch. Your left hand on your hard right hand onto your belly. Feeling your heart beat. And feeling into that breath. We're going to do 2 more back bends here. You can use the variation that we just did, or you can place a block underneath your sacrum for a more restorative version. Or if you like, you can come with me into wheel pose. If you want to find that shoulder bridge that we just did, you can come there on your own. And for wheel pose, reaching the arms overhead as you inhale, and as you exhale, placing the hands next to your ears. Inhaling, bringing the elbows closer together. Exhale to stay. As you inhale, extend the arms, lifting everything off the ground, finding wheel pose. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Tucking chin into chest, lowering down vertebra by vertebra. Staying here. If you're in your restorative version, you can stay. We're just catching one breath. We were in the wheel pose. Breathing in. And breathing out. Coming back into our wheel. Again, bringing our feet hip width distance apart. Reaching arms up as we inhale. And exhale, placing the hands next to the ears. Inhale, bringing the elbows in. And exhale to stay. Using the inhalation to lift everything off the ground, finding one more wheel pose. Extending the arms and gazing toward the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Notice if your lower back is okay. If you feel a pinching in your lower back, maybe find that shoulder bridge that we just did. Breath in and out. One more breath in. And as you exhale, bring that chin into chest, slowly lowering back down. Your feet mat width distance apart, letting the knees fall together. And this time, bringing your thumbs toward your third eye. Just noticing the difference in your body as we're transitioning into a more slower part. As you inhale, extend both legs into the sky, wrapping one leg the right leg around the left. Inhaling, hopping to your hip toward the right. And as you exhale, letting the knees drop to the left side. Option to extend that left leg out and then bending your right leg over and letting it drop to the side. Gazing over to the right side, your arms in a T shape. Finding this twist here. Breathing in and out. Breath in and out. Bringing your head first back to center, your knees follow, unwrapping the legs and hopping the hips over to the left, wrapping your legs the other way around, and then letting your knees drop over to the right side. Again, option to extend the right leg out and find the twist here. Breath in and out. Breath in and out. Starting again with your head coming back to center, your knees follow. Unwrapping your legs and once more grabbing the inside of your knees. And as you inhale, rocking forward. And as you exhale, rolling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling, rolling forward, and stay in a seated position. Extending your legs out, bringing your hands next to your hips, finding length, and engaging your legs here. Inhale. And as you exhale, maybe bend the legs and reaching your arms underneath your knees. Again, grabbing opposite elbows to fold forward in your paschimottanasana. Letting your belly and your thigh connect. Keeping length in your lower spine. If you find your lower back rounding, then maybe bend the legs a little further. And from here, see if you can slowly, with that connection between belly and thighs, extend your legs further out. Option to also grab your feet and find your full paschimottanasana here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. With the next inhale, rolling back up, bending that right leg. And as you exhale, place the right knee to the outside, the right sole of the foot touching your inner thigh. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, folding over your left leg. Breathing in and out. Inhale, coming back up, bringing that right leg with you. Exhale, extend that right leg. Inhaling, bringing the left leg in. And exhale, bring the left knee to the outside. Inhaling, lengthen. And exhale, folding over your right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. With the next inhalation, rolling back up, bring the left knee with you. And exhale, extend out. Inhale, reaching arms out to the front. And exhale, lower down, vertebra by vertebra. And once you've reached the ground, extend your legs into the sky. finding your viparita karani here, option to grab that blanket and place it underneath your sacrum. You can also use your block just to elevate your hips a little bit so that you can float a little better. Breathing in and out, noticing that blood rushing down your legs. And using this inversion to calm down. Releasing any tension in your body that you don't need. Unclenching the jaw. We tend to tense up there a lot. And slowly removing your blanket or your block, bending the knees, placing the feet to the ground, and extending the legs out. Getting ready for your final relaxation. If you like, you can put on a sweater, put on socks, or use your blanket to cover yourself. And then slowly finding your final relaxation pose, letting the feet fall to the sides, your arms alongside your body, palms facing upward. And relaxing through every part of your body. Relaxing your heels, your calf muscles, your knees, your thighs. Releasing that hip, your belly, your lower arms, your upper arms, your chest, your shoulder. Releasing your jaw muscle, that point in between your eyebrows for your shavasana. Slowly coming back into the space. Breathing in through the nose. And letting everything go out through the mouth. Bringing movement back into your body. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Circling your wrists and your ankles. Reaching your arms overhead, giving yourself a nice full body stretch.
And then bending the knees, hugging them in, giving yourself a nice little hug. Maybe massaging your lower back. And then rolling over to your right side body. And then your own time. Bringing your left hand in front of your face and with the help of your hand, coming back to seated, keeping the eyes closed. Once more, finding your seat, bringing your hands to touch in front of heart center, and tuning back into that heart space. Noticing how the body and the mind feels after this practice. Remembering your intention, and maybe take it off the mat. Let's close the practice with a chant of 3 Om, 3 Shanti, Hari Om. Inhaling through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale to chant. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Peace, peace, peace. Bowing down in gratitude for this practice. Thanking yourself for taking the time today. And bowing down to the practice of yoga. In your own time, coming back up, gazing your eyes open. And wishing you a wonderful rest of the day. Hope to see you soon.